Okay, so I want to begin with like some basic thank yous. I'm really sorry if I've missed anyone out. I've literally just written this. And then I want to just reflect a bit on the year that's just gone by. Basically, I really want to thank the committee of the LGBTQ Association, my fantastic co-chairs, and also just all of the members of the association that kind of really engage what the association is doing. Kind of all three of those levels there have just formed a really fantastic network, a really good place to offer ideas, but also to have them scrutinised and criticised, and for them to really kind of feed back on what was going right and what was going wrong. And I think that's really like democracy in action. I think that's what the association does well. I'd like to thank George Hughes for being a fantastic guild councillor for the past 2 years. Always shows his voting intentions and things like that. Always on time, very good student politician. I'd also like to thank all of the sabbatical officer team. You've been fantastic allies. You've really listened. There's 2 officers in particular I'd really like to thank, and that is Jeff Rowe, Vice President of Welfare. You've been really great at listening. You've offered some really great initiatives to me, things that are really going to help LGBTQ students, and you've really kind of just been very sensitive to the things that I've always said to you, and I think it's just been a really nice working relationship, so thank you for making that such a pleasant relationship. I'd really like to thank Vicky, Vice President of Sport. She's done fantastic work at making sport here just so accessible, not only to LGBTQ students, but also disabled students. This is really great. It just seems like a historical moment for sport here. So thank you for pushing ahead with that. Thank you for consulting so much with students, because I really appreciate it. And I think it's really some fantastic work that you've started there. It's fantastic. Thank you. And I'd just like to thank all the other non-Sabs. They've been really great, especially the Liberation officers. It's just been a pleasure working with them. And I really think we've been working for cross-liberation. That's fantastic as well. I've just been proud to be part of that. In terms of looking back and reflecting on the year that's just gone, I really like to say that I'm happy that I believe I've delivered on all of my manifesto points. I said from the outset that I wanted to make campaigning something that every single person thought they could get involved with. You didn't have to be studying politics or international relations or go home every night and read, Amnesty International's later quarterly issue, to kind of call yourself an activist and a campaigner, and to be able to be in a position where you can get involved with student politics. And at the start of the year, we were, right from the off, we were campaigning against anti-LGBT legislation in Russia, and so many allies stopped and talked to us that day to petition with us. That was fantastic engagement. Bisexual representation this year at the union, I really think that this has improved. Some people might say we don't talk about LGBT politics enough. We don't talk about bisexuality enough, and the LGBTQ Association delivered a space where we could explore what being bisexual means. What does bisexuality mean to everyone, and all the different identities that fall under that spectrum. And it was fantastic to give a space and give representation to those students. In trans representation this year, I believe that I've delivered on this. I think it's exciting times in Europe and the UK at the minute for trans rights, and I really think that this student union has been behind that. We have gender neutral toilets here, and we just need to really kind of advertise that and really push on that. And I also think that it's fantastic that we've been working so well with the university to bring in guidelines for transitioning students. So guidelines for welfare tutors. They know how to talk sensitively with students about issues about medically transitioning and how this is going to affect students' academic work and just their well-being and their happiness. And so, I think this is a really exciting time for trans rights in this country, and I'm just really proud and really happy to try to be part of pushing that at this union. In terms of just kind of closing comments, I just like to say, allies, continue doing what you're doing. Give autonomy to LGBTQ students, let them organise themselves, listen and let them lead. Continue doing what you're doing, just learn more. Thank you. Thanks.